Planting string beans in the Philippines is a rewarding experience, and I'm excited to share some tips that have worked wonders for me. First off, let's talk about the right time to plant. In the Philippines, the best time is during the dry season, typically from November to April. This timing helps avoid the heavy rains that can wash away your seeds or drown your plants. Next, choose a sunny spot in your garden. String beans thrive in full sunlight, so aim for at least 6 to 8 hours of direct sunlight each day. This will ensure your plants grow strong and produce a bountiful harvest. Now let's get into the soil. String beans prefer well-draining soil rich in organic matter. I usually mix in compost or well-rotted manure to give my plants a nutrient boost. A pH level between 6.0 and 7.0 is ideal, so it's worth testing your soil if you can. When it comes to planting, I like to soak the seeds overnight before sowing them. This helps with germination. Plant the seeds about 1 inch deep and spaced about 2 to 4 inches apart. If you're planting in rows, keep them about 2 feet apart to allow for easy access and airflow. Support is crucial for string beans. They're climbers, so providing a trellis or stakes will help them grow upward instead of sprawling on the ground. I've found that using bamboo poles works great, as they're sturdy and blend well into the garden. Watering is another key aspect. After planting, keep the soil consistently moist, but not soggy. I usually water them every few days, especially during dry spells. Once the plants start to grow, I reduce the frequency, but ensure they get enough water, particularly when the flowers start to form. Fertilizing is important too. I apply a balanced fertilizer every few weeks to keep the plants healthy. Look for one that's high in phosphorus, as this promotes flowering and pod development. Pest control is something to keep an eye on. Aphids and beetles can be a nuisance. I've had success using neem oil or insecticidal soap as a natural remedy. Just make sure to spray in the early morning or late afternoon to avoid harming beneficial insects. Harvesting is the fun part. String beans are usually ready to pick about 50 to 60 days after planting. I like to harvest them when they're still young and tender, about 6 to 8 inches long. This not only tastes better, but also encourages the plant to produce more beans. Finally, don't forget to rotate your crops. After harvesting, avoid planting string beans in the same spot for at least a year. This helps prevent soil depletion and reduces the risk of pests and diseases. With these tips, you'll be well on your way to growing a thriving string bean garden in the Philippines. Happy planting!